Hello, guys. Good evening. Today we all are present here uh, to have a talk from Mr. Kona Vishnu, who is
My father.
who is my father.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Hi everybody. Can anybody
Yeah.
can anybody listen to me or does have any problem in audio?
Yes, sir. Good
No,
evening.
sir. We can
It is
listen to
audible,
you,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So I'm Vishnu. I'm working for Railways. I've been a writer for last 20 years, and I have been writing academic papers for the students in the US and UK. Um, I don't know how many of you are aware of the writing styles. Have you heard of writing styles? Anyone? You can raise your hand if you have heard of it. Yes? Anyone?
No,
No?
sir.
No, you've not heard? No
No.
issues.
No,
No
sir.
issues. Yeah. Okay. See, actually, there are thousands of writing styles. Do you know that there are thousands of writing styles?
No.
Basically, we have narrative style. The best example is the recent paper what Vivikta has written about the paints from cow dung, and that is a narrative style of writing. And we also have the academic research papers writing, like the one which was recently presented by few of you regarding that plasma activated water. So I have seen through that paper also, and I've also rewritten that paper to an extent. And the people who have written it may have observed the major changes that we have made while I had rewritten that paper. Because basically, the writing style only impresses the person who reads it. Because when we go about submitting these papers in journals, these papers are read worldwide. And that's very, very important when you write a paper, how easily you present it and how your knowledge is known only in through that paper, right? So when we have seen this paper, it was general paper what I had rewritten. I had not specifically adopted any method in writing that paper. But when you go about seeing the writing styles, there are basically only two or sorry, there are 4 or 5 types of main writing papers, but only one of them is important for us. That is your APA style. Now, what are the other styles? You have got MLA style, that is Modern Language Association. APA style is American Psychological Association, and you have Chicago style or a Turabian style. You have Oxford style, and you have various other styles. In fact, there are thousands of styles of writing the papers. Most of the papers are basically for the literature part. That is for the literary papers, research papers. When it comes to the scientific papers, we have APA style. That is American Psychological Association. Worldwide, they follow mostly this American Psychological Association style of writing only. And the paper which was recently presented, that was regarding the plasma activated water. That was majorly in American Psychological Association style, which we had rewritten. It is not totally American Psychological Association style, but some of the part of it. Now, the APA, that is the American Psychological Association, was founded in 1892, and the style is followed not only in US but even in the other countries also worldwide. And when we go through the different rules that are framed for writing this American Psychological Style Association papers, they are very clear and some of the very important points what we come across when we go through this paper or this style of writing is that the very important part which you need to keep it in mind whenever you write in future. Ajal, just let me know, like, how many of you are interested in going in for a research? How many of you? If you are really interested to go in for research, then this class would be the stepping stone for you. This is a starting. But if you are not planning to go in for research, it's only for academic purposes, then you need to just understand what is APA style. And because there are two things what we need to keep in mind when we go for research in this type of papers and the APA style of writing, when we try to understand, is that one is students who are required to write. There is one style in APA, and another is for the professional papers. So when we go about for the student style, it's very simple type. It's not that much complicated as we think. But when it comes to the professional style, we need to maintain the conditions what are given in the American Psychological Association. Today, the APA style, which the world is following, it is the 7th edition, because there are various editions which keep on coming. That is 6th edition, 7th edition, 5th edition, like that we have. And basically, it's a 7th edition, which is presently prevalent all over the world. So whosoever is now planning to go for research, they need to understand very clearly and carefully. They need to understand how these papers are written, because you may be going in for research work, maybe in India or outside India, or maybe in US, or maybe in UK or anywhere. But when you go in for a research, you'll be writing a professional paper, and professional papers are basically what, when I have been writing these papers, you'll be surprised to know that I am just a postgraduate in organic chemistry. But when I've gone and I've started writing these papers, initially I started off with a company profile writing, which was in Hyderabad in those days, somewhere in 98 and 99, if I'm right. In those days, the computers were new, and you were all not born also by that time. And in those days, when I started writing, and that was with one company named SIS Infotech Private Limited. So I would write for the companies, the profiles, that is what are their products and all those things. And then gradually I switched over into the scientific papers. I was one of the premium writers for a couple of companies, which I tell you in time to come. So in those papers, whenever we would write, like we would maintain very strict conditions, and by that way I have become a premium writer, because in the whole world we have only a few counted premium writers. So I'm one of them. Maybe around 10 or 15 premium writers are there in the whole world. So coming to that, it's not that easy to come in to that stage of premium writer. We are paid highly for it, around $15 to $20 per page we are paid. And you'll be surprised to know that in those days, I bought a computer for PC for around 35,000 odd, but I made out 3 lakhs out of that by writing these papers. In fact, you too can make it while studying, because now you have lots of free time, being online working and online studies and everything. Now, coming to this subject of writing papers. So, shall we start with the slide presentation, or do you want me to explain in detail how to go about it? It all depends on you. How do you want it? Like, majority will be taken into account. So, number one is slide presentation. Number 2 will be for just explanation.
Whichever the method you are comfortable, you can go, sir.
Right. So, shall we start with slide presentation? I can come down to the explanation part later on if you have any doubts. Right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So, are you able to get my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, the APA formatting and style guide. Basically, the Purdue University is the one which goes about with this writing style. They recommend these styles and they teach these styles. That is OWL. That is online writing labs. They have been guiding all over the world for these writing styles. American Psychological Association citation style is most commonly used format for manuscripts in the social sciences, they say, but basically the scientific papers also are written in this style. Next paper. Next. So coming to this, see what it is written. Language in an APA paper should be clear, be specific in descriptions and explanations, concise, condense information when you can, plain, use simple descriptive adjectives, and minimize figurative language. So one thing what you need to understand here is that whenever you write a paper, you make it, you just think this way, that the person who's reading this paper, whatever you have written, is a dummy. And then you go about explaining in such a way that he has some minimal basic knowledge, but is reading your paper as a dummy. Next. Yeah, see the some of you have a few of you have written that paper about the PAW, that is your plasma activated water. In that we have seen certain things, and here also now the major part which includes your which is included in your APA style is your title page and its abstract. There's no introduction as such. Then method, results, and discussion. Next. Yeah, the literature review. That is the paper what we had earlier written. That is the PAW paper. It was a review paper only, which summarizes the scientific literature on a particular research topic. Now, while the APA publication manual does not require specific order for literature review, a good literature review typically contains the following components: that is introduction, thesis statement, summary and synthesis of sources, and list of references. Next. Yeah, see, this is very, very important. The starting point is that the total paper should be in a typed format. It should be double spaced, have 1-inch margins on all the sides. That is all the 4 sides. And it should have 10 to 12 point standard font, maybe Times New Roman or some other fonts like Calibri 11 and other styles. And it should be printed on a standard size paper, that is 8.5 to 11 inches. That is your basically the letter sized, not A4 sized, but it is letter sized. Next. Every page of your essay should include the page number in the upper right side corner, right? And it should be flushed to the right. And if it's a professional paper, a page header, shortened title, all caps in the upper left-hand corner of every paper. See, basically here, I would explain to you at a later stage. The title page will be basically what? A title page will include the it will be only the first page, that is the title page, that will have the title of your article or your paper what you are publishing. So that will be centered until in the upper half of your paper, and it will be in bold, or maybe even in it will be certainly in bold, but it will not be capitalized. The first letter will be capitalized of every word. It should be of 50 words, more or less 50 words only, but not more than that. But when it comes to the next page, that is the third page onwards, not the second page, but the third page onwards, it shows the awesome example of APA paper, what you're seeing here in the slide. So that will be on every page, it should be there, and it should be in capitals. It should not be the header, what the title, what you have provided in the first page. Hope you're getting my point. Then coming to the page numbers, the first title page should be in Roman. The second page also should be in Roman. Then from the third page onwards, it starts with 1, that is of Arab numerals, no normal numerals. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that it goes, right? So now when it comes to, see, this is what I was telling you, that a professional paper, a page header is required. That is a shortened title, all caps, in the upper left-hand corner. And the student's paper do not require these running headers, right? Next, please. Yeah, see, these are the main parts of APA style of writing. Don't worry, I'll provide you with this PPT presentation, and that will be taken care of. I'm just explaining it to you in short about what an APA style will be. So that is a title page will be the first one, abstract will be the next one, main body, and then the references. Coming to the abstract, it will basically describe what your paper consists of. A reader, whenever he reads your abstract, he'll understand what is the purpose of writing. See, you must be remembering in your school days or in college days, whenever you write an experiment, you write that aim. So what is your aim in doing this experiment? And then you carry out with the experiment, and then finally you give the results. But here in an abstract, you write about the aim, whatever you take it in such a manner that it's an abstract which gives you the aim of the experiment or the research work, whatever you are doing. Then the main body. So whatever experiments you have done based on whatever earlier literature is there. So somewhere some doubts are there about some things what we have, what the other researchers have done. Now you must be doing it on some other grounds, some other research work. So this research work will be above that research work. That is in the sense like it's an extension of what the earlier researchers have done. Then last comes the references part. Next. Now, whatever we are learning today is of the seventh edition. That is the recent edition. Has slightly different formatting rules for professional and student papers. Professional papers are those intended for academic and commercial publication, while student papers are those written for credit in a course. So whosoever is not interested in research work, they simply have to write a student paper, and that will be written just for your marks purposes. And you can just get your marks and then like come out of the college. Most of these differences extend to the title page and running header also. On the next few slides, we will noted these differences wherever it is appropriate. Next. See, now the page header. It's very clear what I told you. Like the page header will be in bold, and it will be the first letter, as you are seeing in every word, is capitalized, right? Then comes your name. Then comes the see, the title is centered, and name. There is no title should be there for your name. There is either it is Mr. or Mrs. or Doctor or XYZ, whatever it is. And it should be the academic department. So suppose you belong to Osmania University College of Technology. You don't have to write OUCT. Don't put any abbreviations anywhere. It should be clear that it is Osmania University College of Technology or Department of Chemical Engineering, Osmania University of Chemical Technology. That way it should be. And the course, that is BTech, first year, second year, third year, whatever it is, and your instructor name, XYZ, whosoever it is, and the date on which you are submitting this paper or you've started doing the research work in that. Next. Just go back once. Yeah, see here one more thing. The page header is very clear that you can see the page number. So whatever he has given is just one, but it's not like that. It should be a it should be a Roman numeral, that is 1 and 2. And after that, you can go about with Arabic numerals, that is your normal 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, next. Yeah, coming to this next page, that is for a professional paper, how the header is. It is shown very clearly. So here it shows, see, the page header, use insert page header, type short form of title, flush left. Basically, this is what they have written, but normally, when we write these professional papers, we don't put in the main page, even if it is a professional paper, we do not put this page header, which is to the left side, what you're seeing. It's only we start off only with the centered page header. And then the name of the authors, whether it is 3 or 4 people, whosoever it is who have done the research work, and then the department of that university, and then the university name. And then it comes to the Faculty of Education department, whatever he has written there, the same way. Then see here what it shows. It is a title in the upper half of the page, centered. Remember this point very clearly, that the title and your name and the degree, whatever you are holding, whether it is your BTech first year, second year, third year, whatever it is, and then the affiliation, the university, that will be printed on the upper half. Then the lower portion gives you the author's note. Come to the next page. See here, now you can see it very clearly how the author note is given. It may contain items such as a separate line. Now, please come back to the main screen. I want to see the people who are online. Yeah. Now, how many of you are having an ORCID ID? I don't know if any of you will be having ORCID ID. Nobody? Nobody? Right. See, unless and until you have an ORCID ID, whatever paper you presented will not be of much value. Even the recent paper which was presented by some of you, that is your PAW paper, I have noticed that nobody has given their ORCID ID. So make sure that maybe in a day or two you can make an ORCID ID. It's free of cost. You can do it. What is ORCID basically? I'll just let you know what it is. Like ORCID is, let's go down once. Yeah. See, ORCID is nothing but your Open Researcher and Contributor ID, right? So if you just Google out, copy and paste it in the chat. Nice. See, if you Google out the ORCID, then you will get the organization that is ORCID, and there you'll get a unique number that will be valid up to your lifetime. And whenever you do the research work or whatever it is, that ID you have to mention in your paper. Unless and until you mention this ID, your paper will not be of much value. So keep it in mind that whenever you write such papers or research papers, or you write APA style or MLA style, whatever style you write, so you must have an ORCID ID. So make sure that you make out an ORCID ID for yourselves. And whenever you present a paper, maybe in a year or two, or in the next semester or this semester, whatever it is, a review paper or whatever it is, like, you make sure that you mention your ORCID ID in your papers. Yeah, come to the presentation. So, just a minute. Yeah, next. Yeah. So here it's very clear that the ORCID IDs, they are actually the links. Whatever ORCID IDs that you hold or you may be holding, they are actually the links. So whenever a person goes and clicks on your link, that is once your paper is presented in a journal, and that's actually a link, hyperlink. And when you go and click on that ORCID ID link, it directly takes to that website wherever your ID is created with your photograph or whatever it is, and then with all your details in it. And whatever affiliation changes are there, that also needs to be mentioned whenever, like suppose you start writing a paper when you are in, say, BTech third year, in the, say, maybe in the 6th semester. But by the time you finish out the paper, when you come to the next year, that is in the 4th year. And that may be in the 7th semester, right? So at that time, you have to mention the affiliation changes. That is when the final presentation takes place. Now, for example, in the recent case of PAW, I have seen that initially they presented the paper on, say, February 21st or something of that sort, and then it dragged on up to March 21st or March 27th. So by the time, suppose you have jumped over into the next semester, then you can mention the changes in that this thing, and any special disclosures or acknowledgements. Now, in that paper, I've seen that the acknowledgements are given somewhere in the last sheet or maybe in the penultimate page it is given. But in APA style of writing, the most scientific style of writing, you have to mention the acknowledgements in the second title page itself. And then the contact info for the corresponding authors. Like suppose there are 4 authors for a paper or 4 researchers who have done this research work, then they need to mention their email IDs, because a person who might be interested to go through, who has gone through your paper and he wants to contact one of you, maybe like you are placed in US, but once your email ID is present, then he can contact you anywhere. And then you can respond back to that person. Suppose if the person who's asking you for a question or something of that sort, he is also from US, then you can directly contact him and then interact with him in that regard. Next. Now, coming to the abstract page, that is the second page of your APA style of writing. Note very carefully that the abstract name, whichever is mentioned, abstract title, it is again centered. And the abstract basically mentions about what you intend to write, what you intend to, whatever research you have done, that is the abstract of it, and what the results have finally given, that also you give. Because if I am, as a layman, I'm coming over and trying to read your paper, first I read the abstract, then I understand, right? Is it really worth for me to read through this paper? Because basically, if I spend, say, about half an hour of time, or maybe 1 hour of time reading through your total paper, but I do not get the intended results, then I would not like your paper. So first, if I read your abstract paper, then I would understand that, yes, this is the one where I wanted to go through. Or suppose if I don't want, then I'll just switch over to the next paper, wherever I can get the desired information that I wanted. But a student paper contains only the page number, and it doesn't give much of the information about the abstract. And please see that very carefully, that abstract is centered, bolded at the top of the page. And as usual, A is only the capital, the rest of are in lowercase. It should be maximum of 150 to 200 words, and it should be accurate and in a concise manner. Don't beat around the bush. Come to the point, explain in small, concise manner what you basically want to tell in the paper. Then the people who go through this paper, basically, like most of the researchers, they'll be searching out on the net, like what are the papers available, what is the research work done, and all this stuff. So when a person goes through this paper, he'll understand, and just short 2-minute reading, he can just understand what is it that you have, research work you have done in that paper. And you should also have the keywords. The importance of keywords arises when, like when you Google out for certain things. Suppose now the paper what we have recently written about, that plasma activated water. In that, some keywords are mentioned in the in that section. So that mentions very clearly, like what are the keywords. I would not put anything other than those keywords. And so suppose these keywords are very important for a researcher to go about and search in that paper also. He can just do it that way also. That once he opens out the paper or downloads the paper, then he can just say Control F and then just search out the keywords for whatever he wants to go through. He'll just go to that spot and he'll just read through whatever he wanted to read through. Next. Yeah. So then it starts with the page numbering. Though here it's mentioned that it starts with page number 3. Actually, when we would write the earlier days, it was with here it starts with the main body starts with page number 1. But since it's the 7th edition, now they have changed the pattern. So the first page, whatever he has given the title page, now he has started with the Arab numerals of 1, 2, 3, 4 in a continuous manner instead of making Roman numerals from 1 and 2 and then again 1, 2, 3. So it's very clear that in the 7th edition, there's a change and we need to note this change. So we start off with the title page is 1, the abstract page is 2, and the main text page starts with 3. Remember one thing, that the total text should be only in one font size and only one name. That is, either it is Times New Roman or Calibri 11 or whatever it is, or whatever font. I'll just tell you whatever font that we are supposed to write in. The standard formats, because basically it should not be in such a way that when a person comes and reads your paper, he should not feel that the font is not available in his system and he cannot read the paper. So the standard forms are your Times New Roman, generally adopted. It should be either 10 or 12, whatever it is. And then it should be double spaced. That's very, very important. It should be clear. There should not be any jumbling of the sentences or anything of that sort. And your idea should be focused and clear this thing. Now coming to the portion of center and bold the full title of the paper at the top of the page, and type the text double spaced with all sections following each other without a break. Identify the sources you use in the paper with either narrative citations or parenthetical citations, parenthetical and text citations, format tables and figures. You'll come to know what is narrative citation and what is a parenthetical citation when we gradually progress. Next. This is about the references. The main body he has just jumped around. I'll just let you know the main body also, how it is to be done. Now, coming to the last page, the references, because this is very, very important. And as I told you, that when you present a paper, your mind should be clear, like where you have picked up the sources, and very, very most important, what the world looks around is for plagiarism. Just noted that your paper should not copy anything from any other references, whatever you have provided. Because nowadays we have got softwares like Turnitin, which clearly, suppose your paper is taken out and submitted to the software called Turnitin, it immediately bounces back with wherever your sentences have been copied directly from there. Suppose you're compelled to copy a sentence or a quotation, then you make it a point that it should be in the quotes, and the proper credits be given to the paper or the researcher from where you have picked up this paper, picked up the sentences. So it should be in the quotes. There is a certain rule for it also. I'll just let you know when we come to the main body. Then double space reference entities. Now, see one thing very clearly here. The references, if you see in close-up, you will see that the references go off in an alphabetical order. So it starts with A, B, C, like that it goes. Suppose if you don't have any author, say from C or D, then it goes to the next alphabetical order. So it goes that way. And it starts with the first sentence, first line being with 5.5 inches before this. And that is after 1 inch from the border. That is, as I told you, you have a 1 inch border on all the sides. So immediately after 1 inch border, your name starts off. And then that is the name of the author from which you have picked up the source. And then the second line is after 0.5 inches. This should be taken care of when the references are given, and the year in which that paper was submitted. That also needs to be mentioned. And the title also includes, see the first one, if you take an example, half a minute predicting leader evaluations from thin slices of non-inverted behavior, non-verbal behavior and physical attractiveness. See, that is the title of the article which has been picked up, and the journal, whichever from where it is picked up, is given in italics. That is Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, and it gives the page numbers and the paragraph 64 within bracket 3 and the website from which it has been picked up. So everything is clear from where this references have been picked up. So there is no chance. See, tomorrow this person, what's his name? Ambady and N. Rosenthal R. 1993. Suppose if these people find that you have picked up the references but not given their name, the due credits have not been given, then he can sue you in the court, and you will have to pay huge fines or penalties for picking up his article. And since the rules are very strict in US, they may sue you for millions of dollars. So be careful. So whenever you give the references, you give the due credits to all the people from where you have picked up. Even in the recent paper of Paul, when I have picked up some figures from other journals, I have clearly mentioned courtesy. So I have mentioned the figures from where I have picked up these figures, like from journals. Like then double space references entries, flush left the first line of the entry and indent subsequent lines. As I told you, the indenting of the second line will be from 0.5 inches. Order entries alphabetically by the surname of the first author of each work. Very important is that in APA style, the surname of the author is given first, and then the next. Suppose Kona Vivikta, for example, then you give it as Vivikta K, or some other name, say Kona Vishnu. Then it is Vishnu K. It's that way. and then the year in brackets and the name of the article, and then the journal from which it has been picked up. So all this stuff like next. See, the same thing what I told you is invert authors' names. Last name first, followed by the initials. Capitalize only the first letter of the first word of a title, and subtitle the first word after colon or dash in the title, and proper nouns. Do not capitalize the first letter of the second word in a hyphenated compound word. Now, this is the reference basics, what he has mentioned. Next. Capitalize all major words in journal titles. Italicize titles of longer works such as books and journals. Do not italicize, underline, or put quotes around the titles of shorter works such as journal articles or essays and edited collections. See the example what he's mentioned is Adhani R, Sholiha Q, and Yusuf A, 2018, relationship, knowledge, and attitude about fast food with obesity on teenagers. Journal of Economic and Management Perspectives, 12.1 and 459-463. That is the pages 459 to 463. And 12.1 is nothing but your paragraphs from which that point is picked up, that work is picked up. Next. See, this is again come back to the basics, like AP is a complex system of citation. When compiling the reference list, the strategy below might be useful. Identify the source, type of source. Is it a book, a journal title, a journal article, or a web page? Now here, I would like to tell you one thing. Basically, you do not find the material at only the journals. Sometimes you may be reading through a weekly magazine or some newspaper article or something of that sort, or some textbook where you're going through. You might want to include that in your research paper or your academic journal. So at that time, you need to quote the book. Now, the book may be published by a government agency like Government of Telangana or Government of Andhra Pradesh or Government of Delhi or whosoever it is, CBSE or whatever it is, ICSE or whatever it is. So then you need to mention about that book also whenever you give the references, because no chance is left behind to not to mention the citations, I mean the sources whichever you have picked up from. So your paper should be transparent. It should be clear from wherever you have taken up the sources. Similarly, the journal article and web page also. Whenever we take a web page, you mention the web address, and if the web page is available on, if the textbook is available online, you can even mention it through online. That is by giving the web address there, and then make sure that the entries are listed in alphabetical order. That is very important, and that the subsequent lines are indented. Recall references basics, right? So the first line will be starting from point number 1, and then the next line will go to the indented page, that is 0.5 inches to the next this thing. Next. In-text citations help readers locate the cited source in the references section of the paper. And text citations follow either a parenthetical format or a narrative format. A parenthetical citation. See, now it's very clear. Now coming to the citation basics, we see that a parenthetical citation includes both the author's last name and the year of publication separated by a comma and parenthesis at the end of the sentence. Now, for example, the research suggests that the Purdue OWL, that is Online Writing Lab, is a good source for students. Within brackets, you give Atkins 2018. But when it comes to the narrative style, a narrative citation includes the author's name directly in the sentence with the year of publication directly following the author's last name. This might be appearing to be complex for you because in the initial stage, it really appears to be complex. When I give you this, what do you call your PowerPoint presentation, you can just hold this as a Bible for your future writings. And then you can just go through, whenever you have a doubt, you can go through this presentation, PowerPoint presentation. See here what he has given. Atkins, within brackets, 2018, suggests that Purdue OWL is a good resource for students. See, these are the words that generally we come across. Suggests, argues, or presents, or recalls. These are the words what we generally come across whenever we present the papers. So see on the top also it is mentioned that suggests or argues or contradicts something, something of that sort, an argumentative type of thing. Next. Yeah, if the source you're citing includes page numbers, add that information to your citation. As I told you, the page numbers can be mentioned with the P.12 or P.13, whatever it is. So, example, the research suggests that the Purdue OWL is a good resource for students within brackets Atkins 2018, comma, P.12, that is page 12. So you find this thing in the page 12. Similarly, when it comes to the narrative style, it's different. Atkins 2018 suggests that the Purdue OWL is a good resource for students. On page 12, you find this citation. Next. When quoting, introduce the quotation with a signal phrase. If using the parenthetical citation, include the author, date of publication, and page number at the end of the quotation, right? So here, example, as scientific, see, all these things are coming in citation when you are writing the main text of your or main body of your paper, right? As a scientific knowledge advances, the application of CRISPR technology to improve human health is being explored across public and private sectors within brackets. See the quotations where it has come. The quotation starts with the application of CRISPR technology. So he has picked up that particular sentence from Hong 2018, page 503. So when you go to this journal of Hong 2018, page 503, you'll find that the application this code being there. But suppose you have now, for example, now this is for a shorter code. What he is taking. Suppose the code crosses say 40 words, then in your body, main body of the subject, you'll see that it's a standalone thing and it will be away from the main body text. That is, suppose not from 1 inch of the main paper, but it will be 0.5 inches away from the main margins, and also it will be going that way only. So you have it stands alone. There's above 40 words, right? Keep this in mind. Now, if using the narrative style of citation, include the author's last name in the signal phrase with the page number at the end of the quote. Example, Hong 2018 stated that the application, see the same quotation he has brought, but he has mentioned it the other way around. Next page. Follow the same guidelines for parenthetical and narrative citations when summarizing or paraphrasing a longer chunk of text. That is what I told you when it comes to more than 40 words. It is a standalone thing, right? Next. Yeah, suppose according to Reynolds, page 3, this is how you have to mention. As and when you read through, you'll understand how to go about. See, these are the words that I was telling you a few minutes back. That is the signal verbs such as acknowledged, contended, maintained, responded, reported, argued, concluded, etc. So these verbs can be used whenever you are writing the main body of the text. Suppose you say that Hong acknowledged, or Hong contended, or Hong maintained. Now, suppose, for example, you have written a paper, say in the year 2020. In the next year, some XYZ, or maybe in 2022, some XYZ has seen your paper. He wanted to mention your paper whenever he's writing the paper. So after that, say 2023, whenever you're writing a paper, you can say that your name and or you can say that acknowledged by so-and-so, whatever the research works that so-and-so have done and we have done. See, suppose you have a group of say 4 researchers, then you can say that whatever work we have done has been acknowledged by so-and-so, within brackets the year, and then the journal name, and when it comes into the references part. So use the past tense or the present perfect tense of verbs in signal phrase when they discuss the past events. Next. When the parenthetical citation includes 2 or more works, order them in the same way they appear in the reference list. The author's name, the year of publications, separated by a semicolon. See, here also you can see very clearly, lorem ipsum dolor sit emet, These are this is the works which have been done by Adams and Collins. But see here one thing very clear. Since alphabetically A comes first, though he has done at a later stage, maybe in 2018, but his name is mentioned first. So Collins, he has done in 2017. But since his name starts with C, so it comes at a later stage. And you are separating with a semicolon. Next. Yeah, when setting a work with two authors, you give and. See, in a narrative style, you mention with A and D and. According to scientists, DePietri and McPherson, within brackets 2018, understanding the occurrence and impacts of historical climate hazards is critical to better interpret current hazard trends, page number 96. Now, when it comes to the parenthetical citation, you put ampersand. So these things are very clear that when examining potential climate threats, understanding the occurrence and impacts of historical climate hazards is critical to better interpret current hazard trends, within brackets, DePietri, ampersand, McPherson, 2018, page 96. See, the difference is very clear here. The narrative style, it has the same quotation, the same words, understanding the occurrence and impacts, the same thing, right? And the same thing is mentioned down also. But the parenthetical style is different and the narrative style is different. Next. When citing a work with 3 or more authors, this is very important. See, when there are 2 authors, you mention only and or ampersand, and then you just quote the word. But when it is 3 people, then starts your new word, it al, right? Lynn it al, or Deepti it al, or Apurva it al, or Vivekta it al. It goes that way. So it all goes that way. So there are, say, suppose 4 authors. Then you say Lynn it al. So suppose I want to see who are this it al. Then I'd go to the references and see who are these 4 other researchers. And one more important thing. Now, there are, say, A, B, C, D, 4 people who have done the research work and they have presented a paper. There are 4 more authors. The first 3 authors being seen, A, B, and C. The next is not D, but it will be X, right? So what I would do is that whenever I'm quoting, but the same research work done by both the people, both the groups, that is A, B, C, and D, and A, B, C, and X, right? So then I would mention in such a way that I have to mention all the 4 authors' names. I cannot say it al here. So it will be A, B, C, ampersand D or and D, and A, B, C, ampersand X or and X. That way it should be. So one study looked at how weather conditions affected the popularity of bike sharing programs, specifically the Beijing public bike sharing program, Lin et al. See here again, he has mentioned about the narrative and these styles. Next. When citing a work with an unknown author, that is very important again. Use the source's full title in the narrative citation. Cite the first word of the title followed by year of publication in the parenthetical citation. According to Here's How Gardening Benefits Your Health, 2018. Example, again, here's 2018. Here is the author's, not author, the unknown author's name of the article name. Article and chapters, that is titles and equals to within quotes. And books and reports are to be italicized. Now, it's already 7 o'clock. Is it 7 o'clock? Yeah, there are 10 more minutes. Yeah, next. When citing a group author, mention the organization the first time you cite the source and either the narrative citation or the parenthetical citation. If you first mention the group in a narrative citation, list the abbreviation before the year of publication in parentheses separated by a comma. The data collected by the Food and Drug Administration, that is FDA 2019, confirmed. If you first mention the group in parenthetical citation, list the abbreviation in square brackets followed by a comma and the year of publication. See, it's very clear. The Food and Drug Administration within square brackets, it's FDA. See now, note very clearly the data collected by the first, initially somewhere we have mentioned that the Food and Drug Administration, and within brackets we said that FDA 2019 confirmed. Now, the next time when you mention the same thing in parenthetical citation, you keep it in mind that you put this FDA in a square bracket. Next. Next. When citing authors with the same last names, use the first initials with the last names. Example, B. Davis, 2018, Y. Davis. See, the Davis name is common and same initials with the last names. Then it should be B. Davis or Y. Davis. When citing two or more works by the same author and published in the same year, use lowercase a, b, c after the year of publication to order the references. These are very finer points, which I too cannot remember. Maybe that sometimes I too just refer back and then see whenever we write the papers. Yeah, next. When citing personal communication, interviews or letters or emails, etc., include the communication's name, the fact that it was personal communication and the date of communication. See, this point is very clear because sometimes you speak to a person, some scientist or some XYZ, maybe some Albert Einstein also, and then you come back and you say that I've just spoken to him, I've interacted with him, and then I've got some information, and then you just go on mentioning it. So you make it a point that you mention the communication that you had with that Mr. Albert Einstein or Mr. Hitler or whosoever it is, and then you mention the points, because tomorrow that person, whenever he reads your paper, he should not feel that you have copied the wordings what he has told to you or copied his ideas and put in your paper. So these points are very clear that once again I'd like to stress that is that never try to hide anybody's work. You give them the due credits so that they also feel happy and they do not sue the person who's writing this paper. Next. When citing a text with no page numbers, parenthetical citation, use any of the following four methods. List the heading or section name. One scientist noted that a cup full of kale can help your body out in a number of ways. London 2019 health benefits of kale section. See, there are some papers which are available online. They do not have any page numbers. Then they're just simple articles. So there you mention the article and then just go over. You do not have any page numbers. But you have to mention from which article it has been picked up and the website from where it has been picked up. Next. Same thing next. Yeah. See, these are the things which we need to understand. These are the titles, headings, what are generally used in the APA style. The format is first is this way, that text begins with a begins a new paragraph. It is centered, bold, title, case, headings. That is when you say abstract, it is centered, bold, title, case, abstract, headings. Then title, case, headings, right? Then the second is flush left, bold, title, case, heading. Text begins as a new paragraph. So it should be flush to the left. And see the difference between the second and third style. Though the third style, third heading is also flush left, but bold italic it is, and title case heading is also italic. Text begins as a new paragraph. Then when it comes to the fourth heading, it is indented. See the difference here. Indented, he is given a space from the line which is drawn there. So indented means 0.5 inches to the left. It is standard, 0.5 inches indented. Bold, title case heading, ending with a period. Text begins on the same line and continues as a regular paragraph. Then when it is the fifth case heading, it is indented, bold, italic, title case heading, ending with a period. Text begins on the same line and continues as a regular page. You can just have a copy of this and then keep it in mind whenever you write the papers, because every time you refer it back and then you come back, you will start like remembering these things. Of course, the APA, that is the American Psychological Association, keeps on changing their styles. But whenever a new style comes in, they just publish it on the their website, or even the OWL does it. and then you can just read through and then try to understand. Once you understand and once you start writing and practicing it, then as a researcher, you'll get accustomed to this, and you'll start doing it on your own. By default, it goes. Like initially, when we start learning a cycle, you don't know how to balance, but gradually, when you just get onto the cycle, you start pedaling it, then automatically you start balancing it. You need not balance it every time. Similarly, swimming. Similarly, is every other thing. Next. Yeah, that is what we have mentioned. The same thing he has given as an example here. Measures level 2, exercise level 2, level 3, and then level 4, then level 5. You can see it very clearly. What I have told you in the earlier page, the same thing he has mentioned again. Next. Yeah, this is label tables. Yeah, tables, whenever you put your experimental results, they come out in table form. So you give it in a table form. So it comes out this way, that the first word, the first alphabet is capital in every word, and then the points or readings or whatever it is. And then suppose you are taking it from some other paper, then you need to mention the source from which you have picked up and retrieved on from which source, and the date on which the data was collected, on which date you have collected that, right? Next. Then figures. You can also mention the figures. The paper what we have rewritten recently about this PAW, in which we have mentioned about some of the figures. In fact, I think that I could share that paper with you. I think so it's already online, if I'm right. And that web address can be taken care of by Vivikta, and then she'll give you share that web address. You can just go through that paper. And one thing is that in that paper, it is not purely APA style. It is a mixture of all the styles, because it doesn't have what do you call your double space writing. It's just single line spacing. Now, see here what he's written is that label figures with an Arabic numeral and provide a brief but clear title. The label and title appear on the separate lines above the figure, flush left and single spaced. You might provide an additional title centered above the figure. Cite the source in a note below the figure. See the US primary energy consumption by Energy Source 2018. It's given in italics, and then again in the chart also is given, and down again if you see, he's mentioned the mapping. What he's given is with the different colors and all this stuff. Right. Next. Yeah, this is the additional sources from where you can collect the APA style of writing. Next. That's it. That is the end of it. Yeah, coming on to the main screen. Hope you're not getting bored with what I have been telling. It's quite an interesting thing, but maybe for the first time you might be feeling it a bit difficult to understand. But as and when you go through this style of writing, you'll find it more interesting, because as a practice session, you can do one thing is that you can go back. If any topic is there, you can just go take out that topic and then try to write one of this, adopt the style of APA style of writing, and then try to understand how it works out. If you have any doubt, then you can just text across to Vivikta, and then she'll just get back to me, and then I'll just go through it. And in case like you are having any difficulty, or you can do one more thing is that you can just go through some of the papers which are available online. I'll also give you one of the papers that is in actually you can see in the 6th edition. It is there, whatever I've got in Word format. So you can just go through that paper also. I'll give you some. I'll share some links also if you want, and then you can just go through those links. They're very useful links, and you can understand when you go through these style of writings. Basically, I feel that you should be going in for research, and when you go in for research work, as a student, you might not be adopting the styles, but you can start off now itself, when you are in the first or second years, because research work takes at least about 4 to 5 years of time, and most of you might be interested to go in for a research study of after your academics and everything. You can just go through, and Now coming to the rest of the part, just come to the next screen. I'll just go through once. Entire screen, not this one, not this one, not this one. No, not sharing, not sharing. No, not sharing. Come to the next. Come to one of these slides. Yeah. Yeah, I've got an example paper for you. Then next. Yeah, I can just, can we share this, Vivek? Yeah, just share it on, this is, I think so in JPEG style or PNG style. Can you share this photograph? Yeah, just send across later on. So that is about ORCID and what an ORCID basically consists of. Like you'll be getting a unique idea of yourselves, and that will be for your lifetime. Anytime, whenever you write a research paper, you can give this ORCID ID. Next screen. Yeah, here. This is a comparative study also I've got about the API and MLA styles. But since basically you don't require an MLA style, so you can just go through what is an MLA style, API style. Next, come here. Yeah, here. Yeah, I've got a poster of what in concise way by the Purdue University itself, Purdue online writing lab, and the same things what I've mentioned. The poster also I can just share the link with you, and you can just go through. Next, come here. Yeah, I'll come here once. Yeah, that is not required either.
Doesn't it?
That's all. Okay, fine. So, any doubts? Yeah, tell me, Rohit.
Most of the doubts are clarified, I think, and we should work on.
Yeah. I think some people are having some problem with the video. Is it Triveni? I think so. She's having some problem. Yeah. What is her name? Maitri, you are having any doubts? Or is it gone above bouncers? No problem. Doesn't matter. Tell me. If you have any doubt, tell me.
This ORCID ID, one ORCID ID can be sufficient for multiple authors in the paper, or we should mention it?
No.
Only
You should have your Rohit will have only one ORCID ID for yourselves.
No, in the risk. 4 people are involved in writing review paper, so we need to mention only one.
All the 4 people should mention their ORCID ID.
Okay.
All the 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Next. Yeah. Maitri, yeah, any doubt?
Akka, you're on mute.
Yeah, you're on mute, Maitri.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah,
sorry, sir. Actually, it was a wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you. Sir, I have one doubt. Can you tell me what are the good and interesting topics that we can take for research, like according to you?
Your professor only can guide you in this regard. Interesting topics are basically whatever I have gone through up to now is that environmental chemistry, you have a very interesting things going on. And today, a lot of research work is taking place on environmental chemistry and environmental protection. And the recent article what we have written about the plasma activated water also was a very good topic. In fact, I found it very interesting. In fact, I too wanted to go for research, probably if I was able to do it. Of course, I've done my organic chemistry, but I cannot go for research work now. So, environmental chemistry is one very good thing, and waste management is very good topic what you can go around. So, wherever you have waste management, you can go for it, because there's a lot of demand for waste management techniques in US also today, all over the world basically. Because most of the environment is being polluted. So when the waste management can be done, earlier also some people have done by energy producing techniques from this waste. But ultimately what happens in a chemical industry when the wastage comes out, because I have also worked for a chemical industry, I mean a pharmaceutical industry. A lorry full of wastage comes and then it's taken off and then they dump it anywhere. And finally, that goes and pollutes the environment. Either even if they bury it in the earth, also at a later date, it starts polluting the soil also. So you need to find out the methods where the waste, whichever comes out from a chemical industry, the solvents or the semi-solvents or semi-liquids or whatever it is, So how they can be, the earlier what we would do is that the methanol, ethanol, and whatever solvents are coming out from an industry, we would just put them on a reactor, and then what do you do with that? You just boil it, and then at a temperature at which the methanol comes out. So we distill out that methanol, and the solid waste is left behind. A semi-solid waste is left behind. That is sent out to in those days we had APPCB, that is Andhra Pradesh Pollution Control Board. Those fellows, lorries or tankers come out and they just take out this things, but they dump it somewhere, maybe in the present Musi River or whatever it is, and so it goes out as a waste. But that is not the way out. You need to find out a permanent solution for waste management, and that's very, very important thing, because today what we are suffering is with the plastics. Of course, the government has come out with the issues of recyclable plastics and all this thing, but still you find in the market the non-recyclable plastics, which is not correct, and we need to adopt to those things. We need to take out those waste management techniques, right? So waste management, and these are two very important topics what we can look around. And also in some countries like Japan, you must have seen some articles where they have dumped the wastage into the sea, and due to that the fishes have gone and eaten those things, and the human beings, when they come back and consume that fish, their liver is affected by the mercury or the heavy metals which the fish has consumed. Ultimately the fish dies, but again it comes back to the human being again. So whatever you give back to the earth, the same thing comes back to you. So you need to manage that wastes. How to come about? Of course, the techniques are very costly affairs. Today, whatever techniques are available are very costly. So what we need to do is that you need to find out the methods where cheaper techniques are adopted. You need to do some research work in that, how cheaper techniques can be adopted for bringing out the things which are there in that waste, like mercury or some other metals which are there, heavy metals, lead is there. So such things can be got back and again reused in your chemical industry. So these are the things where very, very important. Another topic is with your what do you call your plastics and what is that? The other day we were discussing something. So those plastics also, they can be polymers rather. Polymers also can be one of the very important topics, because in US a lot of research work is taking place even in the polymers part also. The chemical engineering candidates who are coming out, because my friends who are there in the US, they were telling me that the students are coming out and going in for the polymer engineering part. See, you are coming out with chemical engineering degree. At a later stage, you can diversify yourselves into polymers, or the women or the girls may be interested in more of beauty products. So all this stuff. But basically, it's not that way. So whatever field you take up, you see toward that the end product does not affect the human being, the human survival. Because we are here today, but we need not be selfish that it's our part is over and the next generations will take care of it. It's not that way. We need to take care of the environment, and the future generations will certainly bless you. Yeah. Any more doubts? Yeah. I think
I think realization, like right things happen at right time. Since we are writing review papers, 3 teams are writing now, so this will really help us. Thank you for telling us at right time. Thank you very much.
One thing you keep in mind whenever you present the papers. See, any journals may take your papers. As a matter of fact, most of the journals are there who will accept your papers. But see to it that it comes out in the best of the journals. There are some international journals which accept the papers. Of course, maybe, I don't know, Rohit, you are in second year or third year?
Second year.
When you come to the third year, when you go in for a real project, and the real projects are such where you go about and try to find out something new into it. Like maybe now you may be writing a review paper. You might not be doing experiments or going in a lab and going about with learning things. I mean, trying to learn things. But when it comes to coming in for a real project, at that time, you need to write these papers, and the papers should be presented in journals, international journals. And at that time, this style of writing will really count a lot, and that will give you a feather in your cap whenever you write such papers and then present it to them, and it is accepted worldwide, right? Your papers are read worldwide. Suppose in third year, you present a paper, which is a real paper, and then it is read, and some researcher, and say some Sweden or some Germany or somewhere, he just reads through your paper and he likes the topic in which you have done the research work. Then he might call you up, or he may contact you and say that, come on, you come to my place and we go about with research work. Of course, you may have to complete your fourth year and then go back to that place. So they sponsor you for these things whenever you study and then go about. So it takes a bit of time to learn the style of writing, but make it sure that you make it perfectly, and then you present the paper in your journals. And journals will accept only the papers which are perfectly written and they are simple to understand. And a person who reads through most of the recent paper what we have presented about this POP, that is plasma activated water. Yes, just today I was just going through it. So it has been downloaded 45 times from somewhere in the month of February 21st or somewhere, and up to now, some 45 downloads have taken place. Yeah, maybe more downloads may take place also. But see to it that sometimes some papers are in such a manner, like what Maitri was asking now about the important topics where we can go in for research work. So suppose you are going in for the waste management, you may get downloads within a days or two. You may get about hundreds of downloads sometimes, because now the world is looking to those people who are doing this waste management. I'm not telling that you go only with the waste management part, but there may be certain topics which are more interesting. You can just go through in the net and then find out which are the topics which are more interesting. Don't go with the idea of just earning money or something of that sort. You can get a job with any of the topics of polymers and all this stuff. But point is that when you do such topics, they give you a lot of research activity, and a lot of interest is being generated by most of the people all over the world. So you can just write in such a manner. Yeah. Anything more? Any more doubts? I think so. Triveni could not come out online. Tarun is not online. I mean, they're not coming on video. Ahmed Hashim Raza. I think so. Ahmed Hashim Raza has written the PAW paper.
Yes, sir. He's in our
Yes,
team.
sir. Good evening, sir. I was also a part of the team.
Yeah. I've
Thank you,
seen you.
sir.
I've
We
seen
are
you.
really grateful to you for
Doesn't
like,
matter.
the changes. Thank you, sir.
Doesn't matter.
The moral of the story, it all starts here. Learning and all.
Yeah. Surya is also not coming online. And those this Thope E-cell again. 2 Thope E-cells are there. They're not coming online. Apurva is not online. Then Chandan. I mean, they are online, but yeah. Yeah, Surya. Yeah, tell me, you have any doubts?
No, sir. The presentation has been very informative. Thank you very much. And we will go through the presentation and try it out on an example, and we will get back to you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm looking forward.
You can just practice giving. Did you give some papers in your earlier years also? I mean, third and second year also?
I have written some papers with my team Hydrogen Production, and Nikhil has been one of the member of the team. Together we have written a couple of papers on hydrogen production and we have presented them in the conferences like RACE and ChemCon.
That is review papers, or are they you've done any research work on that?
Review papers.
Review papers. Fine. Review is not a problem. But now I hope you are able to understand the style of writing, because when
Yes,
you
sir.
go in for your research work in future, these things will be very, very important, and they'll really, this is a stepping stone for you as a paper when you go through these papers and these styles. You have MLA style, but MLA style is not adopted for the research papers of science and engineering students. If you are an electrical engineer, then you have IEEE standards available for those papers. But since you are all chemical engineering graduates, you will not be adopting that style, right? And like all of you, I'd like to tell you one more thing is that you might be interested. I mean, you are just writing these papers for your academic interest or whatever it is. But in case you are all interested to go in for earning as a part-time, you can just learn the style of writing. And there are a couple of websites where they pay you very well. It's not that they get written and then they don't pay you. There are some US and UK based sites. Surya, I'd like to importantly tell you one thing here is that most of the students in US and UK, they come through these companies for the third world writers. That is the people who are placed in India and Pakistan or Bangladesh or all these places. So we write the papers for them, and then they pay around $30 to the company per page. That is your 8.5 into 11. That is the standard paper, and double spaced. So in each page, you will be writing around 25 lines, and it comes to around 250 words per page. And for each page, for the company, they pay around $30. But to the people who are writing from here, like the writers from like me who are writing, they give us $15 per page. So as a part-time, whenever you are in India, whenever you have some free time, you can just write these papers and then earn your pocket money for that. And even in the US, I don't know how much time you'll be able to dedicate for it, but that will really test your patience when you write these papers. That really tests your patience like anything. And I've written a variety of papers, not just the science papers. I've written about the attack on 9/11, Twin Towers, and all this stuff. So I've written a variety of papers, not just one. I've written about company profiling, about the 9/11 attacks, and I've written about even the recently some activity had taken place there. Even these elections, what you have seen in the US recently, even on those also we have some literary papers. So of course I have a wide array of writing the papers. So any of you can just go through, and then there is a website called as freelancer.com. So when you go to this website, you can just see the papers available there. So on that, they pay you very heavily, like on the freelancer.com, right? Yeah. Anything more? Anyone else? If you have any doubts, Apurva, Topsel. Who's this Topsel? I'm not able to see. Two Topsels. The one Topsel I'm able to see.
Yes, sir, like Suryana said.
Triveni, you are able to tell something?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Like Suryana said, if we get any doubts while writing the papers, we'll approach you, sir. As of now, we haven't tried writing anything. That's why we are getting many doubts.
Yeah. You just heard it. So nothing to worry. It's very easy. Once you go through and just practice it, you'll be able to get it. In fact, after about a week, probably if I'm come back online, then you'll be able to teach me more than what I've told you. Because it's such a topic, like you'll be able to tell me many things, like, or if you have any doubts, you can just get
hoping so.
Anything more? Anybody else? I'm not seeing this.
I just want to add to it, like we were writing some normal papers, like Surya mentioned. We wrote few conferences and all, which were conducted in student level, and actually we just had a reference to it. And when we wrote a book named How to Learn Chemical Engineering in 100 Problems, we actually referred other book, like other standard books, how they wrote. We did not have that like process of how things have to be. We just had that as a reference, and we copied the way it is, but the content was our own, but the style was from that book. And now your presentation really made us see clearly, and once we like, it will definitely help us in future too. Thank you, sir.
Sir, one more.
Tell me.
Sir, do you have any templates exactly following this?
Don't follow templates
Format.
at any point of time. Templates are available online. I could have given you the templates. But if I start giving you templates, then it becomes spoon feeding. I don't want you people to have that spoon feeding. You have to struggle for it. You have to make out on your own. You have to learn. And then you create a template. I would tell that you create a template. Yeah. Don't adopt easy methods of having a template and then writing it from a template. Don't do it that way. Never adopt that in your life. Yeah. Anything more?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anything more? Anybody else? Yes. Any doubts? So shall we wind up? Or anything more?
We can wind up for now. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.